first question is, if you had to describe yourself in 5 words, what would they be? I don't know if I could pick 5, but we'll see how this goes. Private. Oh my gosh, why is this so hard? Why am I doing this? Intentional. I don't know, just very, like, relaxed maybe? Honest. Easygoing? Depends on the situation, but I would like to think I'm easygoing for the most part. What schools / colleges / universities did you go to? After I graduated high school, I went to SUNY Purchase. I thought I was going to major in creative writing and like go to Purchase and all that kind of stuff. And then I got there and all the dorms smelled like weed. It was a hot mess, and not for me so much. So I didn't really think of that when I was going to an art school, because it's an art school. I didn't really think of that, and I just thought it was going to be kind of like about the arts and like creative writing and things like that. So I didn't last long there, so I left, and then I went to a community college, which I recommend to everybody. We've talked about this before. You save a lot of money. I had no idea where I wanted to go. I was just like, I didn't know I was going to be leaving Purchase. I planned to go there for 4 years, and so I went to community college. And then I found out about Liberty University, and I went there for 2 years, and it was so much fun. I love it so much, and that's where I went. I think it goes without saying that like I'm reading the questions that are down there, so that's why I'm awkwardly looking to the side. What accomplishment are you most proud of, and why? I think that, and this is kind of like a silly answer, but it's really true. I think that I'm proud that I've never, ever been peer pressured, ever. Like, I have been around people who were drinking and, you know, since high school, and like, you know, whatever else they're doing, like I've never felt embarrassed. I've never felt like, oh my gosh, they're not gonna like me. Oh no, I have to fit in. Like, I've never cared. I just don't care. I've always only done what I've wanted to do. And I feel like everybody, all my friends know that about me. Like, I don't, it's not like a weird thing. They know I'm gonna do what I wanna do. And it's never, I don't know, it's never been an issue. And it's really easy. It's always been really easy for me to just be like, not into that. And I don't know why. Nobody has ever told me, don't do this or don't do that. My parents never said anything to me about it. Like, don't listen to peer pressure, don't drink, nobody ever told me that. I probably could have done whatever I wanted, to be honest. And I just didn't feel like it. Is there one thing you wish you could change about yourself? There are certain things that I wish, okay, I'll say one, like roller coasters and stuff. Like, I wish I could do that. I really wish that I could just go to an amusement park or whatever, go on the roller coasters and have it not be an issue. I can't do that. I hate roller coasters, and I don't go on them. And it's always kind of annoying because I have to wait when everybody else goes on the rides, and then it's like, if it's a long line, I have to wait. So I really wish I wasn't like that, but I just am. And so I can't change that. Do you consider yourself outgoing? I am. My letters for the Myers-Briggs personality test are INFJ, which have changed since the first time I took it. I used to be an ENFJ. I'm outgoing, but I'm an introvert. And it's really helped me to learn that and what an introvert is, because I would just, if I was around someone or people for a long amount of time with no break to myself, I'd lose my mind, and I'd be like, why is this person so annoying to me when they're a good friend of mine or whatever? And I realized that like I literally need to be by myself for some of the day, but like the rest of the day, I love to go out and like, you know, go out with people. I'm outgoing or extroverted in that way. So I need both, but I definitely need time to myself. So I am outgoing at certain times with a break. What's your happy place? The beach is my happy place. Disney World is my happy place, obviously. Everybody knows that. But I mean, really, in my day-to-day life, my happy place really is sitting on the couch with tea, watching either The Pioneer Woman or Trisha's Southern Kitchen. That is so my happy place. I love it, and it makes me seriously so happy. If you weren't working in the job you have now, what would you do? I would either, what I wanted to do years ago was creative writing, which I think is kind of what I do in my job now. But I always wanted to be a photographer for like wildlife and like landscape. So I have no talent in that, and I don't know how to do that, but I would love to do that. I always also liked the idea of being a teacher, having the influence in somebody's life like that. I would like to do that, and just to make people have a good day, you know. I don't know, teachers have such a huge impact in your day-to-day life, and how they treat you can really negatively impact your day or positively impact your day or even your life. So that always seemed something that I would like, but I'm not doing that. If you could change something in the world, what would it be? It's kind of random, but I just thought of it, so I'm going to say it, because there's a lot of different things that I could change, but I'm going to choose this one. Companies expect employees to work like 24/7 because we have the ability to, because of phones, technology, laptops. You can literally be anywhere on your phone and working and answering emails. So just because you can physically work 24/7, unlike, years, decades ago when you couldn't go home and work, when you left the office, you just left and you didn't have a phone or anything to work on. I wish that it was kind of like that. Like, I wish companies and employers and stuff wouldn't expect you, just because you can work 24/7, to work 24/7. I'm not really talking about in my job, but I've experienced this before, and I know that my friends have, and everybody kind of does. Just the expectation of, like, when you leave work, just stop working. I would like to change that in the world, so maybe we could work on that. What is the most valuable life lesson you've ever learned? One of the most valuable life lessons I've learned is to not say everything you think, and that's a huge one, and it's so great that at least I'm aware of that. I'm not perfect at it, but I certainly am aware of it, and I try to not do that. So that's something important that I've learned. But I want to get to know you who's watching. So comment below your answers to these questions, because I want to get to know you. And yeah, and thank you for watching. Bye.